Hello there, once again this is Valorial Talonheart and we are here to give you another small tutorial video for towns. Today we are actually going to focus on survival in a desert environment. It's one of the like different map types. The whole idea is in this one the terrain's a lot different obviously, but also the food production is extremely different as well. To give an overview, if you remember on the normal map, your main food production was bread, which is very simple to get. You get wheat, and then you also have all the fruit trees like apples and pears. So you really don't have much of an issue when it comes to food on a normal map, or needless to say, a mixed map. But then we come to the desert, and the desert has a few issues when it comes to food. So let's go into the menu here. So number one, you can see the three different kinds of food right here on the screen from the start. You see cactus plants all over the place. You can actually plant the fruit from them and get your own fruit. But just to show how worthless it is, we're going to go into the trees and plants. And a cactus fruit gives you 25% fill, and the eat time is very short, but at the same time it's not very filling. It's pretty much worthless, but sometimes you just got to stick with it. And then also you have chickens, so you can actually cook the chickens, get them for eggs. But then also you have what's called a unifallow. Unifallows are essentially your cows. They're just big, fat, hairy, brown yaks instead of the cows, but they work the same way. You can milk them, you can cook them for meat, and you can kill them for bones. But that's pretty much all the food you're going to get in this game. It's much, much more different than what it was. So, that also leads to the next problem. As most of your foods are going to be meat-based, you gotta cook. So, there's no meat pies, unless you somehow miraculously can get wheat from a merchant. It's not going to happen. What you have to do, there's two different ways to do it. One is only a temporary stopgap. And even then, it is not exactly the most efficient. That method is actually going to gravel. And looking at the map here, I see a little white spot on the mini-map, so we're going to scroll over there. And it looks like we have plenty of gravel here. And scrolling down, you can't see everything, but that gravel is mined, and when you mine it, it has a chance to become what's called flint. Unfortunately, the flint is only a 30% drop rate, so it is not the best. But the campfire you get is actually lasts for about 30 minutes or so, give or take, when you're playing on the highest speed. I don't know if cooking things actually weakens the amount of time they cook, but it will give you some time. The main thing you have to hope is it actually, produces a lot of flint, because if you mine out all this gravel here and you get like 1 or 2 pieces of flint, you only have an hour worth of time on the highest speed to basically hunt down more gravel. Or there's a second method. The second method, which is not a stopgap, is actually the permanent method, is actually finding yourself iron. Iron will allow you to make your forge, obviously. And then from the forge and building a smelter out of that, you can actually go and make stoves. So your stoves will let you build meat foods for an indefinite amount of time. So, with that said, we're going to get started. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is because there is no bread. Your biggest issue is that you're not going to make a bakery at all. Unless you somehow get bread if the merchants actually sell the wheat. The only thing you had to actually build is a kitchen when it comes to food. So it kind of makes your town a little bit smaller, but it makes it manageable. What's also funny too, the arena is completely out of the question because there's no badgers on the map. Balcony, out of the question because that goes with the arena. And those are really the main differences. So, also, you have one new danger and the omission of another danger. Being the desert, there's no jungle. With no jungle, you don't have to worry about the froggies, the little humanoid toad people from the jungle. But in this new case, you had to worry about another threat. And let's see if we can find one of them. Okay, there you go. This is a snake crab. Part humanoid snake, part crab. All lethal. The black ones are the weaker ones. But there's also, like the froggies had the toadies. Let's see if we can find one of them. There you go. You have a yellow snake crab. And they tend to hit for a lot of damage, even if you manage to get wooden armor equipped. So you really have to be somewhat careful around them. If you don't have weaponry, it is highly advised to build weaponry and armor so you can actually survive for the most part, and attack them in groups because they can really put a hurting on your people. I was testing out a few desert maps and I saw a fully wooded armored and a wooden sword using soldier got hit for 1,000 points of damage from a yellow snake crab. So whenever possible, get to bone armor. Bone armor will do you wonders. Okay, so we're going to hit R just to hop back. So the one thing you want to do right away is you want to mine and get some stone. Get that. Get that. And get that. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so you chop down all that stone, which opens up some space. Now also, looking all over here, you want to till ground. I know it's a lot. But that way, I'm going to harvest this and harvest this. Because then I'm going to go plant, and that's the only thing you really need to plant is cactuses and palm trees. So while we're at that, we are going to take a big swath of these palm trees and cut them down. Also, unlike the normal map, pine trees and normal trees don't exist. So as a result, you do not have to worry about tree keepers. Tree keepers will not all of a sudden go hello and pound your people in the face until they die. So that's one little benefit of playing in the desert. Okay. So let's pause the game for a second and let's make a zone. We want to make a dining room. No, let's expand the dining room. And then while we're at it, make a zone of a kitchen. This is great. Okay. Now we also want to cut down these cacti because you're just going to get in the way of things. Also, we want to make carpentry. And we also want to make a masonry. So there's no snake crabs here, which is good. So we'll chop down these trees and harvest these. No, don't cut that. Oh, cut the bush, you stupid idiot. Okay. Cut down the stone. And then also we want to make a hospital. Hospitals are always important, especially with how dangerous the mobs can be. We're going to lower the speed to 2. So now that we made that, we're going to pause the game, make some utilities. I'm going to make a carpenter's bench. And let that run its course. Masonry. Want a wood detailer. Once you get a wood detailer, you can make a mason's bench. Then also you want to plant where the cactus fruit. And cut down this cactus as well. Cut this cactus and okay. Now that we got that all set up, we want to make weapons. We want to make 2 of these, 9 of these. Also, you want to till some land. So this way, we can plant some trees so we can get some wood. Now you only have to worry about palm tree bushes because palm trees are the only plants that exist. Unfortunately, some of these people are going to do some pretty stupid things, I think. With that all set up, we can also go here. Here, and another here. And dig a ladder here. You want to mine. Go like that. Because we need all the stone that we can get if we want to make these weapons. So we're into the second day. Great, so that gives plenty of stone. Also, we can't do anything really with the kitchen yet. In the meantime, we're going to make unifallow farms. Make one here, make one here, 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 and here. Unfortunately, playing this will lower your people's happiness very quickly because you are really working against time. You're very much working against time. So to get things started, we're going to go over here. It might be a little dangerous, but we are going to mine this first layer of gravel. So here we got, looks like we got 3 people going, one of which has no weapon. Stupid idiots. Must be the supervisor or something, but, you know. Okay, wandering over. Oh, they avoided snake crabs. And there's some flint. And a stockpile. Let's make a raw materials one right here. And manage a stockpile to disable all, and manage it to allow only flint. And it seems we got a death. I didn't even hear the death scream. That was pretty unusual. It's probably one of the unarmed people. Now, one thing we can also do is go and make a tavern. Hopefully with the tavern, we will find some people who want to come and visit. And we had a hero who died already. Wow. There's a goddamn thief. Unbelievable. So not even heroes are amazingly prepared. Okay, so we found 2 pieces of flint. That provides about an hour's worth of cooking meat. Why are these people just standing around like derps? I guess we'll put them to work. Hopefully find more flint in the process. looks like we found a few more flint. So we're going to make a scaffold, put it there. That's pretty good. That gives a good long amount of flint. So we got the 2 graves there. Okay. Well, now that we got that set up, we're going to go utilities, and we are going to make a few kitchen tables. And we are also going to make butcher tables. So we go more plants. Now keep in mind, like every Towns game, everyone's map is going to be different. I was fortunate enough to have this good chunk of gravel here, but that doesn't mean you will always have gravel available at the start. If you feel you're uncomfortable with no gravel, just restart the map, and you know, no one will be the wiser. But you know, we're going to make a stockpile of raw materials here. And manage it. And we want wood. And we also want stone. Okay, so we're getting unifallows here. So now this comes to the next part. The next part that we got to do is go and make a stockpile of prepared food. Like so. And manage the stockpile. Disable all. We want cooked food. And we're okay with everything that's cooked. Oh, look at this. We also have another kind of food that I just realized. We have what's called cactus soup. And cactus soup actually isn't too bad. Unfortunately, you need a cooking bowl, so that will require iron. So, yeah, there are other foods. So, that's another possibility that you can pull off. But let's see here. And we got a hero coming. And of course it's a barbarian. So we just cleared out those materials. And looks like we got our tree farm running. we got 2 barbarians. Oh, no, we got a thief too. So that'll actually prove to be very good. So now we need to make sure that we go and butcher unifallows. So we got that running. It looks like our hero is eager to go into the dungeon, so therefore let's mine out a little. It looks like we already found the opening. And we got another barbarian who decided to grab a spear. Alright, so let's make a ladder here. And make a ladder here. And a miner. Alright, so the heroes will decide to start going down in there. Now also, now it's the 4th day, so therefore we're going to go into utilities. Make a cooking fire. We're going to put that there. And one of the workers is going to get busy and take a piece of wood and go take a piece of flint. Where are my heroes? There's one. There's another. And there's another. They're derping around, not doing anything useful. Oh, there goes the hero. Alright, and they're off. So now it's the quest of finding weapons. Alright, so that's good. Now we want to go into automated cooking. And, okay, number 1, we also want to gather the fruit. So we want about, let's say, 10 of the cactus fruit at all times. And then we want to go into cooking. And we want meat. And we're going to go for 6 steaks as much as possible. Now while we're at it, So there, we got a cooking fire running. We got our heroes going berserk down here. At this point, it's really just a hoping game that you can find what you have to, mainly the iron. Find a lot of iron and you will be set. Unfortunately, I'm also going to have to keep my people fed as well. So, let's see what else we can do. I'm going to get the mine. Send some of the miners down. See what we can find. Oh, he's biting off a little bit more than he can chew. But build, explore, die prematurely. That's the motto of the game. Now you can see, compared to the grassland dungeons, these are a lot more different because it's a lot more dirt blocks and stone blocks, so it won't provide as much stone as other maps. So it's not too bad of a what's the best way to put it, like a handicap, but chip down these blocks. Oh, look, more monsters. Which really is now really a race against time, because now it's trying to find what you have to find, which is the food, or the iron to make the good food. Kind of wish your people would level up, because, you know, the guy deserves a medal going all brave like that. So it's good that my heroes all have weapons. They all decided to go and grab weaponry. But the fact still remains, I am still looking for materials. No materials like iron, and I am eventually going to run out of cooking materials. That can prove to be quite bad. Like always, you want to keep away from the river. also what I can do while they're working down there is go up here and build a market. How's that food going? Okay, the food is going very well. So as you can see, this is a basic tutorial. It's not going to show you how long it takes to get iron, but as you can see, you have it running. You have a fire going. I managed to find a lot of flint, which is very lucky, and if need be, we're going to just dig down more here and keep on producing. And that going on. Just gonna pop down a little more, see what our brave villagers are finding. Definitely don't want to go too fast or else I can really put myself in some danger. So one little tip is always to make a tavern pretty early, because that way you can get heroes, and heroes will help start clearing out your dungeon for you. So main tips, you can actually go and you have to be a lot more active with your villagers. You must actively look with ordering mining into the fog of war, or else you're not gonna have enough food, and without enough food you're going to die. Simple as that. So rule number 1, get a tavern. Rule number 2, get flint. Rule number 3, get Unifallow farm set up, and we just had a death. And rule number 4, manually tell people to look for iron. If you don't look for iron manually, you are not going to survive. We'll just have to make that. You can actually mine out this area, get the gravel, because it won't really hurt anything. Look at that, we already got flint coming out. So yeah, this is definitely a good way to end the tutorial, because things are running very smoothly in the fact that we just got a boatload of flint. We should have no issues cooking for a long while. So we're going to go back to the village and just see how it's doing. And yeah, this is going to be perfect. We're gonna destroy stockpile, make a new stockpile like that, and manage, disable all, manage, and we want flint. Okay, so we have plenty of flint running. We got some idiot barbarian just running around trying to kill everything, and it's dropping absolutely all the armor that he could ask for. Not that I'm complaining, because he'll keep him alive. So with that done, we are going to scroll up. And we have these two wounded people. And with that said, we're just going to pause the game and save it. And with that, we are going to close out the video. And I really hope that this has proved beneficial for you. Just keep in mind, get a good cactus farm running. Even though the fruits themselves don't provide much, they'll at least give something to sustain you. Build a unifallow farm of about 6, so that way you can just constantly cook the steak, and just keep a lookout for flint. And as long as you keep a lookout for flint, you will have no problem surviving. And once you got a good flow of flint, just try and make sure to find some coal and iron so you can mine shaft at least a flint. And if you don't do that, get enough of iron and mine shaft that so you can start building your forge, and as a result make some stoves, and you will be home free. So with that said, this is Valerial Talonheart, and I hope this desert survival video has proved beneficial for you. And see you around. Next video we will probably be doing a jungle survival video. So see you then.